beats us to the punch.
Hey there, Bare Knuckle News fans. I am here with a big winner tonight, Jomi Escoboza. What a fight it was. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Talk to us a little about the fight, because it was a back-and-forth war.
Yeah, Isaac Doolittle is super tough, very strong grappler. And every time we got in the clinch, I had to wrap him up so he couldn't hit me, because he hit me in one round. I don't know which round it was, but he hit me like around the ear area, and I was just like, all right, I cannot let this man hit me because he has power. But yeah, I try to establish my jab, establish my distance control, and just, not get hit, because, I want to look the same, and we got to sell some houses.
We're going to get to the house sales in a minute, because I know you want to talk about that. I believe, if I'm right in the stats, that's the first time Isaac Doolittle has ever been knocked out. Did you know that?
Yeah, I was trying to aim for that, because, he's very tough, and, nobody could knock him out. So, I was trying to, be the first.
How did you prepare specifically for him then?
So for him, just establish the range, work the jab, keep the distance control, move, and if I get inside, wrap him up, don't let him hit me. Because we gotta exploit the distance and stuff.
A lot of combo moves in this fight. You looked brilliant. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we try to have a high output in the fight, because he has a high output. So the only way to beat that is to have a higher output. So just high output, a lot of punches, and a lot of punches with keeping the distance control, because we don't want to get caught up in a brawl and then get a bunch of damage like my last fight.
Now, you changed weight classes for this fight, right?
No, so for the last fight, I changed weight classes because they just offered me a 205 fight, and I needed a fight. I haven't fought in over a year. So I took that fight short notice, and I had to blow up in weight, and that definitely messed up my cardio. But this fight, I'm back in my weight class, 185 pounds, and that 185-pound belt is next, and it's mine.
So who you're calling out for that then?
Oh, Jared Warren. I got to get my rematch.
I know that.
I got to get my rematch.
Now, you trained with Bryce Henry, right? What was it like to train with him for this fight?
Oh, it's amazing. Bryce Henry is top in technique in this whole entire organization. And training with Bryce, I'm telling you, it slows everything down when I fight other people. Literally, it slows everything down. It feels like the Matrix. That's why I was able to control my distance and see all the punches coming.
And it must have helped you as well, because he's sort of the same height as you, so you were able to punch him a lot during training camp, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, not really, because he's very good defensively, but just working and training with him, his timing and his speed is so much better than everybody else's that when I train with other people, everything is slow.
So you were the first 185-pound champion.
Yes.
How are you a different fighter since you started bare knuckle?
I mean, I was good back then, but right now, if I were to fight myself back then, I would destroy myself, just because I have a lot better technique. I'm a lot better. I'm smoothing my boxing out. I'm honing and perfecting my jab. I call it the inevitable jab, because no matter what, it's gonna land.
And the jab is such an important part of this training camp. In fact, I just put up a really interesting video in my community section on what the jab means.
Yeah.
It's hard, it's really hard, but once you get that under control, you're ready to go.
For sure.
All right, so how did it feel to fight in front of your hometown tonight?
It's amazing. I love this venue. It's my favorite venue in Florida. I love fighting in front of all my fans, and even when they booed, I still lifted up my hands, absorbed all of that energy, manifested it into these hands, and you've seen what happened after.
You're giving me goosebumps. I got to read now a quote. You had a very interesting video on your IG that says, and I quote you, "I kept going because I deserved to know what not giving up felt like."
For sure. You always got to keep going. You never want to give up, because in this game, it's a game of inches. Any punch that you land can be a finishing punch. So you can't give up.
All right. Anybody want to call out? You said Jared Warren, but anybody else?
Just Jared Warren. I got to avenge my loss for the belt, because, I have one of the best records in the weight class, or in the sport. But, and always, the first person always got to give thanks. Baruch Hashem Yahuwah, the creator of all things. Without him, nothing is possible. He keeps me healthy. He, gives me all the opportunities, and I have to come out here and execute.
So we've talked about this before, because your faith has really carried you through. How important is your faith in the fighting game?
is super important because, you know, he keeps us healthy, he gives us the opportunities, and, you know, without him, nothing is possible.
How's the real estate job going? I got even time to promote that now. You
Oh,
know,
you
baby.
If you need a buy, sell, or lease in South Florida, hit me up. I am the fighter realtor of the whole entire Florida. You can contact me anytime, and I will help you find the knockout deals.
All right, the knockout deals, you heard it right here. When you get a customer, do people know you're a fighter?
It's funny because if they don't know that I'm a fighter and I tell them, they're like, wow, you have no scar tissue, you have nothing. Like, I can't even tell.
You still look handsome is what you're telling me.
Yes,
All
thank
right,
you.
you still look handsome and unscathed from this fight as well.
For sure.
Before we go tonight, is there anybody you would like to say thank you to or call out your sponsors?
You know, I always want to give thanks, you know, to the creator first. I want to give thanks to my girlfriend. She's my rock, my everything. She keeps me mentally sane. She cooks the most amazing Peruvian food.
Right,
and then, you know, my coach, the bare knuckle cheat code, Ryan Perez. He is the bare knuckle cheat code. You know, he's like having a cheat code in this fighting game. He keeps, you know, my head, my mental game, my technique, everything sharp. And as you've seen with Bryce Henry as well. And, you know, I want to thank the Fighting News, of course, because, you know,
we love the fighting news.
we love the Fighting News. We want to thank Saya Collective because, you know, they make some amazing shoes, you know, amazing gear. The shorts that I wear, you see that comes from Saya Collective. The shoes that I wear, they got me moving like lightning because it's from Saya Collective.
Woohoo! Moving like lightning and looking good.
And KO Zone in Miami is one of the best gyms out here. We go over there and we prepare for war all the time.
All right, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with Bare Knuckle News. Now, you know what we're going to do next.
Oh,
the big close. Let's go, baby. For Bare Knuckle News, I'm Susan Segura. This is
Jomi, the Archangel Escoboza.
And no one, come on, Yomi, nobody beats us to the punch.
Nobody.
And